All right, the Detroit Lions are finally about to hit the draft and finally get some new players. See how we kind of handle this. I mean, since Brad Holmes has been here, it is just must-see TV because you never know what he's going to do. Finds guys later in rounds. It's all good. So the latest and the last rumor is that there could be a trade, and it's the Chiefs that are actively kind of talking about. They have the 31st pick. We have 28, and the Chiefs are talking about wanting to move up if they have to get the player that they want. And what the Lions would get in exchange for that is a 4th-round pick if they move up 3 spots. And so, again, we've had all kinds of crazy trades, all kinds of things, but this one is like a manageable, nice, hey, this is realistic. And so if you're a Detroit Lions fan, I love this. I love moving back a couple spots and picking up that extra 4th. So Brad Holmes has always moved up or attempted to move up in the draft. I think this year he does that again, honestly, because defensive ends and defensive linemen are going to fly off the draft. And so Dan Graziano says that pass rushers are going to be targeted because you've got, of course, Mason Graham D tackles. You got a couple D tackles in there, but there's not a ton of quarterback choices. Cornerback, there's a couple. Offensive tackle, wide receiver, there's only a couple. The rest is defensive linemen. So I could see Brad Holmes targeting right now those teams in the top of the draft. Let's look at it here real quick. That necessarily don't need a defensive end. Video is brought to you by Thread. Here is the problem that Thread solves. You've got young kids, they're into sports. You're taking them to practice. You're taking them to games. You got all the right equipment. Life's good, but there's one problem. They're not getting the proper nutrition. Since it's so busy, you're running around. You don't want to go to fast food before the game. You don't want to do fast food after the game. Instead, get them the proper nutrition that's provided by Thread. It's got protein, collagen, daily greens. It helps with energy, recovery, and endurance. It's super easy to mix. It comes in delicious flavors, birthday cake, chocolate, vanilla, and the best part is it comes individually wrapped. So you can just take it with you on the go. It has a shaker. It's a simple daily routine that fuels performance, recovery, and endurance. If you're a parent, you can trust Thread because it's designed specifically for developing athletes, and it's used by emerging athletes nationwide to gain a competitive edge. Link is in the description to get 10% off. Use SportsTalk10, 10% off code, giving up to 30% off on bundles. Link is in the description. Use code SportsTalk10. That would be willing to trade and go down. So the Lions could get up into the mid-teens, and if you do that, then what you're getting is a guy like Shamar Stewart or Jihad Campbell. So he could go up. Or the one thing we have not seen is him go back, get some extra picks. The last few years they've been aggressive, and that's the whole mindset of the Lions. Offense, defense, special teams, trick plays, aggressive. So I would be shocked if they went back, but I would be all for that. Chris Collinsworth has us getting Gray Zabel all the way at 28. If he's still available at 28, we take him. I've seen Gray Zabel all the way up to 15th. It'd be hard to imagine that he's going to be around, unfortunately, because I think he's a perfect fit for what we're trying to do. Because if you go in here and you look at and you go offensive tackles, well, yeah, let's go offensive tackles, guards, center. Gray Zabel is here. A center, I would be all for it because typically a center can play guard. We have an aging center that shockingly was healthy like all year last year, which was awesome. But he's the heart and soul of our team, of our offense. I would love a nice backup center that could also play some guard and stuff. So Gray Zabel could help somewhere along there. But again, let me just go back to the, where am I going? Let's go defensive ends here. Defensive tackles, edge rushers. We're going to have options. Mike Green could even fall enough that we're like, let's go up and get him. Mykel Williams. There's one of these guys that we've done our homework on and that we really like. I don't know which one, of course, but we're kind of probably out on these two. It's just not going to happen. But the others, could be there. So who knows? Who really knows? Now, latest news, too, is that the Lions are going to play. This is kind of interesting to me. Always has been in the Hall of Fame game. So remember, that's a week before all the preseason games start. And it's on July 31st is the game itself. So practice starts like a week before that. Because it's always like, you're in training camp. The next thing you know, they're playing the Hall of Fame game, and you're kind of get excited, but you turn it on for 3 minutes, and it's like, nah, I'm good. It's all backups. That'll be the same thing here with the Lions. You're like, Lions got a game tonight, baby. It's July 31st. You're out on the pontoon boat. You're just like, let's watch it, and it's never anything good at all. So that's kind of cool though. Playing the Chargers, somebody we don't usually match up against. Jim Harbaugh, what's up? And yeah, I'm interested in that. I am now. Like I said, it's like, no, I'm not. What am I saying? I'm not interested. But interested in this. The Lions were the league's biggest TV draw last season for games on CBS, ABC, NBC, and Amazon. They were number 2 on Fox. The biggest draw. And TV executives, the NFL, they are not stupid. They know that the Lions... They look at the numbers, right? And they're like, man, when the Lions play, it gets big numbers. So when you look at the Lions schedule, it's all against big time teams on the road. So Rod Wood said, I beg not to have a Monday night game on the West Coast again. We play LA. We play the Rams out there. So hopefully it's prime time. It's Sunday night or it's Sunday 4:25. But Monday night West Coast, 100%, right? You get done with the game at midnight local time. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, midnight our time is when the game ends, and you have a 4-hour flight back. It's 4 a.m., 5 a.m. That next day you're just washed. The next 2 days are tough, and then you got to play again on Wednesday. You got to practice on Wednesday. Get ready for Thursday. It's a lot. So we'll see what ends up happening there. But excited for the draft. Can't wait to see what the Lions do. Kind of what, I don't know. The end of the draft, Friday, Saturday is going to be really, really the fun part. And we just kind of got used to now picking at the end of the first round, which is not as exciting for this day and a half, but it's way better to have 6 months or 3 months of fun during the season, winning games, beating the Bears, beating the Packers, the Vikings. That's so much more fun than picking 5th. Oh, my gosh. Grabbing up Eric Ebron, 10th overall. And you're like, okay, yeah, he's athletic. Oh, we all knew that one was not going to work. Ernie Sims, loved Ernie, but you just, you're pigeonholed when you're picking up there top of the draft. You got to take certain players. You're like, I don't know if I should do this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. We'll see all of you on the next one.